Okay, we're going to talk about our Eco One all-natural system. So we've created a weekly sheet here. It's a 5-step system. We give this to you, all laminated. One side is our steps 1 through 5. The back side talks about more of your long-term things like your monthly water tests and doing drains and refill. What we want to do right now is start on step number 1. Talks about using your test strips or bringing in a water sample to check your water chemistry. So with your test strips, when you pull a test strip out, basically you want to hold the bottom of the strip. You're going to dip really quickly, and then you're going to take the top strip to the first line and compare, second to the second line, third to the third, and fourth to the fourth. I always start at the 0 and work my way over to compare the closest number. So let's do a quick dip and a test. And so this is a fresh fill. So my top load level is my chlorine, and you'll see that it's at 0, which is expected because we have started with a fresh fill. I'm going to check my alkalinity. It looks like it's somewhere between 80 and 120, which is right in my good zone. My pH, testing it up, it looks like it's about a 7.6 to a 7.8, which is a good zone. And the last one is my calcium hardness, which it might be a little on the low side, which is common with a fresh fill. So typically we need to put in about 6 to 8 capfuls of a calcium hardness on a fresh fill with typical city water. And so the capful is that small little cap that's on the bottles that we sell. So that would be something like so. Okay, and then you can put the jets on to mix everything up. From there, we need to determine if our pH or alkalinity is low or high, and then put in either a pH increaser or an alkalinity increaser if we're on the low side. If you're on the high side, we use a pH decreaser to adjust both pH and alkalinity at the same time. General rule of thumb, 3 caps will lower or raise roughly 1 color on your test strips. So right now we're testing fine, but if we were testing a little on the low side, we would want to add approximately 3 caps of either the pH or the alkalinity to bring that up or down. Moving on to step number 2, talks about our super soft. The super soft is basically a synthetic softening agent. It's a tongue twister, and it's 1 cap once a week. You'll notice that inside of our cap, these big caps have an inner ring. So that inner ring represents a capful. Again, these jets should be running. Sprinkle this into the center of the tub. 1 cap once a week of the super soft. Super soft actually releases carbon dioxide out of the water, and it closes your skin follicles to make the water feel silky and soft. Step number 3, we're going to add our sanitizer. I'm just going to turn those jets off for a second. The spa sanitizer is a granular chlorine. So there's 2 parts to this. Part number 1, we want to add the equivalent of 1 cap once a week. Part number 2, you're going to add the equivalent of a 1/4 capful or the equivalent of a teaspoon after each use. So I'm going to show you the equivalent of a 1/4 capful. It'll be approximately this much of the granular. And the idea is after you get out of the hot tub, you're adding a small booster of chlorine. We don't want heavy levels of chlorine whatsoever with this system. We want to keep the chlorine level as low as possible. I'd put a full capful in that on a weekly basis, and then that booster on a per use of the hot tub. Step number 4 is the quick clear. The quick clear is our shocking system. This is simply 1 capful once a week. The shock allows nitrogen gas to escape from the hot tub. Same idea here, 1 inner ring once a week. And then the last step is actually not a part of the weekly system itself. It's more of the long-term part of the maintenance. So it talks about adding 1 bottle of the Eco One. The Eco One is a enzyme that attacks all of the foreign waste we introduce into a hot tub. What this also does is it allows us to carry slightly lower levels of chlorine or bromine in the hot tub. So I just open this guy up, and it's one entire bottle once a month. It's kind of a goopy substance. Again, I'm going to throw those jets on high speed and let that mix. And then we're also going to utilize a mineral cartridge. This mineral cartridge assists the chlorine in attacking bacteria in the water. So this particular cartridge is designed to work with our 3, 4, and 500 series hot tubs, and this mineral cartridge locks into the filter itself. So basically, I will pull a filter out. The top of that filter has a cap, a removable cap, and this mineral cartridge simply just locks into that cap, and then it sits in the middle of the tub itself, like so, and then you can just basically thread it back into place. That mineral cartridge lasts for 4 months. After 4 months, you simply throw it out and put in a new cartridge. So once we've added all of our chemicals, you want to make sure that the jets run for a 20-minute cycle. After 20 minutes, the jets will turn off, and then the hot tub is safe to use at that point in time. I'm going to flip the sheet over to our long-term maintenance. Our long-term maintenance talks about bringing in a water sample on a monthly basis. You can bring in the water sample as often as you want, but we recommend that you bring it in at least once a month while the hot tub is new, so that you can double check that you're doing everything properly with the hot tub. Filter cleaning. You can rinse those filters every 3 to 4 weeks. Bring them into the shop every 2 to 3 months, and we will clean those filters for you. We recommend that you have a second set of filters, so when you take the dirty filters out, put the clean filters in, bring us the dirty filters. It's best if your filters remain wet or damp, so put them in a garbage bag when you bring them into us. That way we can do a better job of cleaning them. If you bring us dry filters that are dirty, it is very difficult to get all of the oils out of those fins. And then a drain every 4 to 6 months. Most customers are doing a spring and a fall drain and refill. So that's basically your Eco One all-natural system. The whole idea behind this system is to keep lower chemical levels, utilizing an enzyme base, which is your Eco One product, in conjunction with the mineral cartridge.